How are you, brother? Good to see you.
Good to see
What a
you.
day, right?
Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get everybody to their seats under the tent? Thanks. Or just under the tent. Welcome.
You getting the sound you need? Okay. My name's Don. Nice to meet you, Nicole.
Welcome to the Downs, everybody. If you could make your way under the tent, we're going to start today's festivities. Thank you.
Here's Ashley. Listen, by you. You seem safe. Just gotta remember to talk. Yes. You know what appropriate you are.
Good luck, brother.
Thank you. Hey, Donnie.
You're good to go. Let's just give it a little tap. Yeah, you're good, Rock.
Okay.
Want me to introduce you?
Good. Good afternoon. We're going to get this show on the road. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Rocky Risborough III, and I'm just one member of the Downs team. I want to thank you all for coming. Super exciting day for our team. Our team's been working for over 5 years to fulfill this community-wide goal that's been in discussion for almost 20 years. We're proud to be formally breaking ground today on Scarborough's new town center, the first new town center in an established community to be built. A little bit about the Downs. Obviously, you've driven in and seen we've been working here for 5 years now. And to date, we've built 560 dwelling units. And those dwelling units meet very different price points. We meet all types of price points, low income to workforce, middle of the road, and some higher end housing. It's been very successful, and people really seem to like what we've done. In addition to that, while we were doing that, we also managed to build 1 million square feet of commercial space on this property. And we're pretty proud of that, and we're proud, thank you. We're proud that we're going to be delivering Maine's first Costco to the public. They're going to be opening next month, and we're really excited to think that Costco's chosen Scarborough Downs as their first Maine location. When we acquired the Downs, we had to figure out where to start. We got over 525 acres here. We had 2 access points, and we had no utilities. It seemed like a daunting task. The town of Scarborough stepped up and said they'd help us, and we knew we had the right location for this project because where we're standing today is not only the center of the Downs project, but it's the geographic center of Scarborough. We quickly discovered as we got started with the project that the comprehensive plan, which is the roadmap that guides the town's growth, was very clear. This roadmap enabled us to meet the needs of the region in the state of Maine, while at the same time providing direction on how to meet the needs of our community in a fiscally responsible way. This is a big job. We need to meet market demand to make it happen. But we need to do it in a way that creates an economic engine for Scarborough. And most importantly, we want to deliver a town center that is reflective of Scarborough's identity. We knew we had to get it right, and for us, the only place to start was to listen. Our hats are off to the community. Residents, thank you for all of the input that you gave us and all of the times that you participated in town-wide community discussions. A special thanks to those of you that have worked on the comprehensive plan over the years. You stated loud and clear you wanted to make this happen. We are fortunate to have had the guidance of the town's downtown committee, we worked with them for the better part of a year on figuring out, what were the right ingredients to make a town center. Based on their input, we feel we have a plan that will meet the needs of the town and the region for years to come. Our goal has always been to provide live, work, play options for Scarborough. And today, we're getting to the good stuff. So we're very pleased to be joined by the governor of the great state of Maine, Janet Mills, who was our guest speaker, and I would ask her to come to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Rocky.
Thank you very
Rocky. I thought you were going to invite me to play the keyboard or something.
Well, you can do that too.
I didn't bring any appropriate songs. Hey, I'm pleased to join you, Rocky, and to join Christina Egan of the Greater Portland Council of Governments and Scarborough Town Councilor John Anderson and Rob Todd of Allagash, Peter Michaud, and everyone here assembled to celebrate the groundbreaking of the town center of the former Scarborough Downs, a full 2 years earlier, I understand, than anyone expected this development to start. So, I mean, I've made that turn off of 295 many, many times before. I've come here many, many times before to this geographical location. My husband and I had 6 standardbred horses, one of which actually raced here. But man, I don't know where that went. People use the word transformative a great deal in talks these days, and but I can't think of anything more transformative than what I'm seeing today. This is just amazing. The Downs development team has recognized the overwhelming demand for this space, which among its many other benefits will provide thousands of units of mixed-use housing, and they've been speeding up construction in response to that demand. I understand 500 units were pre-sold. Pretty cool. There's a lot of faith in this effort. It's not the first time that the Downs has stepped up to meet the needs of Maine people. During the pandemic, the Downs team donated $75,000 in renovations to the Scarborough Public Schools so that school staff could make the adjustments they needed to welcome students back into the classrooms. Thank you, Downs team. They also worked with Maine Health to renovate the old grandstand, which was somewhere there. There isn't even a horsefly left. How do you do that? I don't know. To renovate the old Downs grandstand and turn it into a space for mass vaccination clinic in 2021. I was here. I witnessed all that, the joy on people's faces. More than 87,000 doses of vaccine were administered just at that clinic. Thank you for all of that. And I know every state in the country had significant challenges during the pandemic, but Maine fared better than almost all of them because of strong public and private partnerships like those, like the ones I just described. And today, states across the country are facing another significant challenge, which was made worse by the pandemic, and that's the lack of affordable housing. The entire country is short millions of homes, in part because housing construction slowed after the recession of 2008 and 2009, and it never truly rebounded. Earlier this month, our administration released a report that shows that Maine, too, has a large unmet need for housing and an increasing need for housing over the coming decade, given today's population and economic projections, which are good projections. But while states across the country are struggling and complaining about the housing shortage, Maine is actually doing something about it with the support of private businesses like the Downs. Over the past 5 years, my administration has been focused on building more housing, on rehabbing and restoring existing housing stock, and on strengthening emergency shelters and support services to make sure that every person in Maine has a safe place to rest their head at night. Since I took office in 2019, we've authorized nearly $285 million in an unprecedented amount to incentivize the building of more apartments and homes. Those state and federal funds combined have resulted in 600 new homes so far, with more than 1,000 additional homes under construction and more than 2,000 additional homes in the pipeline. And we're just getting started. Across the state, we're engaged in long-term planning to build permanent, affordable, comfortable housing for all who need it or want it in Maine. And to achieve that goal, we've got to think outside the box. We can turn vacant office buildings or half-vacant office buildings into multi-use structures with apartments, stores, condos, and restaurants, buildings that bring new life into downtowns. We can turn old schoolhouses into smaller, more manageable apartments for seniors to live safely in the communities they love. We can create buildings with shared kitchens, for instance, so that more single people working in Maine can find a nice place to live without paying an expensive monthly rent on their own. We can build high-quality workforce housing, affordable housing, and housing for Maine seniors. Comfortable, safe, affordable housing for anyone who wants it in Maine. Projects exactly like the one that we're breaking ground on today. When it's completed, the town center will include 2,000 units of affordable and mixed-use housing, including a memory care and an affordable senior living complex. The town center will also include an affordable housing complex for people with disabilities, which was partially funded by my administration. You're welcome. One of the first things I did as governor was to sign into law the Affordable Senior Housing Bond, issue the bond, which had been held up for more than 3 years by the previous administration. That bond is now being used to build more than 400 new affordable housing units and to weatherize another 100 homes for low-income seniors. Many people in Maine want to move into smaller, more manageable homes as they get older. Building more affordable housing through the Senior Housing Bond and through the Downs Project will help older Maine people downsize and free up their homes for other buyers. It's a win-win. This mixed-use housing at the Downs will be anchored by a central green space and a vibrant mix of restaurants and retail that bring people together. That's exactly the type of commitment to community we need to create more comfortable, efficient, and affordable housing. Not California mansions on tall hills or gated communities, but affordable housing that minimizes sprawl and that preserves the sense of place and the sense of community that is one of the special things about Maine, something that brings Maine people together and brings people to Maine. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that in addition to creating safe workforce and affordable housing for thousands of Maine families, the Downs will sustain thousands of jobs and support more than 50 Maine businesses, strengthening our local economy and Maine's economy statewide. So, on behalf of all Maine people who will benefit from this project, those who will be living here, those who will be benefiting from the economy, those who will be benefiting from the jobs, and in recognition of the ways the Downs has continued to reinvent itself and make things happen on this very space, I congratulate you on this milestone, and I look forward to the time when we can tell every person who wants to come to Maine, to live and work in Maine, to remain in Maine, welcome home. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Mills. I'm going to introduce Christina Egan. She's the Executive Director of Greater Portland Council of Governments, and would have her come up to say a few words. Thank you so much for coming.
I have to do what the governor did, bring it down a little low. Oh, supportive, shorter people. I'm Christina Egan with the Greater Portland Council of Governments. I'm just delighted to be here today. It's so exciting to break ground on this project. So many people worked really hard to make this happen, and I want to offer special congratulations to the Scarborough Town Council. I know many of them are over here. They shaped this project into a model for communities in this entire region, and indeed the state. It's not easy to synthesize the vast amount of public input you received. It's not easy to grapple with all of the financial projections. It's not easy to get up to speed on zoning and financing tools. I want to thank you for engaging with the details. They really matter, and also for engaging the community throughout the whole process. So I'd like to have a round of applause for the council. I also want to thank the town staff. It was a tremendous amount of work that they put in, that the committees put in, that SEDCO put in. It's really, I mean, the governor talked about bringing people together in this space. You've done it throughout this entire process, so congratulations. With the housing shortage top of mind for employers and residents, the Downs is bringing a solution. This new New England-style village brings hundreds of new homes to the region, eventually thousands, and they're going to be affordable to workers and to families. In order to have enough people for Maine in the future, the state, as the governor mentioned, projects we'll need about 80,000 new homes by 2030. In our region alone, the Greater Portland Council of Governments, we've estimated it's 24,000 for the 30 cities and towns that we serve. And Scarborough has emphatically chosen to be part of the solution to one of the state's most vexing problems, the housing shortage. But it's not just the number of new homes that's worth celebrating, it's also the location and the style of development. Our region's goal that we've set is for 75% of these new homes to be located near jobs, schools, and services, and for most of the new homes to be accessible to people who are lower and middle income. This project knocks those goals out of the park. The housing is varied, it's well designed, and it echoes the character of Maine's village and downtowns throughout the state. The development is clustered so that the village is walkable, making it possible also to preserve 35% of the site for natural areas. The sidewalks are connected to trails, which gives people who live here and people in the region access to the Scarborough Land Trust's green space, which we know is good for the quality of life and also for our mental and our physical health. Because the development also includes new businesses and production spaces in the Innovation District, people who live here can basically roll out of bed, get their coffee, and walk to their jobs. And if their job isn't here, there's a new 7-day-a-week bus option that's going to connect the Downs north to Falmouth and south to Biddeford. Having this concentration of housing is what makes public transportation viable, and it's exciting to see those new buses coming online. It's an honor to be here to celebrate with you today. Congratulations, Scarborough. You've created a model for future development to inspire all of us in the region. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina, for your kind words and your support. I want to introduce Travis Kennedy. Travis is the chair of the Downtown Committee for the town of Scarborough, and it was fantastic to work with him, and I'd like to have him come up and say a few words.
We're moving into the taller portion of the program. Thank you, Rocky, and thank you, Governor, and thank you, everybody. As you can see, there are a lot of people with an enormous amount of skill and talent who have been putting work into this project for a long time. I'm happy to just talk to you about this from the experience of somebody who lives in Scarborough and was invited to serve on the committee that began to design what's being built here today. And it was a genuine surprise when we all got to our first meeting, and there were members of the committee, Rocky, Dan, Councillor Anderson, Councillor Clucci, and I think my experience was that I don't want to say was skeptical, but I had an expectation that we were there to rubber stamp something. And so we all logged into Zoom and we just looked at each other for a while. And we kind of said, well, are you going to present something to us? And Rocky and Dan said, we're here for you to tell us what you want to build. And the councilors weren't there to keep guardrails up on us at all. And we realized we had our work cut out for us. What had started as I think would have been a couple of months in our minds became a year of beginning from scratch and talking about what our community wants. And what really emerged over those months was that we were all saying the same things. We all had the same vision in our mind of what a center of Scarborough would look like and feel like. And as we talked about it, the guys got to work. They brought in engineers. They started designing things. They brought them back to us. We said, we like this, we don't like that. And I think what really impressed me was that we were all saying the same thing, because Scarborough has known what it wants for a very long time. We want a place that's communal. We want a place that unites all of our disparate parts. We want to be able to be outside while we see our friends from different parts of town, where we can eat, where we can play. And we told them about that, and they spent a year putting it together, and I think they absolutely nailed it. So I really want to thank the Crossroads team, and I want to thank the town councilors who were really just there to answer questions if we had them. This does feel like something that Scarborough built, that Scarborough wants, and that Scarborough will really enjoy. It's been an honor to be part of it. And I'm also really happy to introduce Councillor Anderson, who, as I said, surprised me with how much he was there just to listen. And his contributions to the committee were supportive, and he contributed as a guy in Scarborough who has his own vision of what he'd like to see and what he'd like to build. And I think that he's really helped bring us to a place that we all feel really good about. So Councillor John Anderson, come on up.
Travis is a little bit taller than me, so I'm gonna put that down. I'm still kind of freaking out a little bit sitting next to the governor. It's like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just trying to sit there calmly. So 5 years ago, the Downs committed to a vision to bring a place where you can live, work, and play in Scarborough. They have successfully delivered on the live and work, and I'm excited to be here today for the groundbreaking of the play. Despite the economic headwinds created by COVID, I want to congratulate the Crossroads team for starting the play nearly 2 years ahead of schedule. So congratulations. Since inception, Crossroads has created $178 million in new taxable value to the town. They have fronted $65 million of enabling infrastructure to spur this economic development. Along with the tax shielding benefits of having this new value generated in a TIF district, the Downs plays a critical role in stabilizing our tax rate and keeping Scarborough affordable. The success of the Innovation District and the 1.4 million square feet of non-residential space in place or underway has limited taxation to residents. The Downs has helped the town shift our tax base so that 25% of our tax revenue will now come from non-residential. The Crossroads team has taken on the risk of infrastructure, and the annuity payment we provide will pay dividends for Scarborough in the long run, as their success is Scarborough's success. The projected value we will gain from this next phase with the downtown will be part of the solution that will allow us to build a $160 million K-8 strategic school solution and keep our tax increases as low as 3.7% on average in the first 10 years of bonding. It's truly remarkable. Other than fiscal benefits, there have been several community benefits provided to date, with more to come. They've helped to create jobs, bringing businesses like Costco to Scarborough, a known excellent employer who pays competitive wages to its employees. We need teachers, police officers, firefighters, nurses, and other service providers to be able to live and work in Scarborough. The style of housing they are building will allow for these critical service providers to live and work here. The Downs is putting in trails for public use with connections to Warren Woods and has donated 25 acres to conserve land to the Scarborough Land Trust. In partnership with the state and town, the Downs is in process of investing millions of dollars in roadway improvements that will improve traffic flow and safety at over 30 locations across Scarborough. Lastly, we need to address our aging and inadequate K-2 school and middle school facilities that is putting our children's education at risk. The Downs was a willing landowner who came forward in good faith to partner with the town on an option agreement that provides a land solution for our K-8 strategic solution on the ballot this November. Scarborough is a wonderful and diverse community, and there is something here for everyone. We are proud of our different neighborhoods and their unique identity and character. However, in the next phase for the Downs, it's my hope that this site will be one place for Scarborough to gather, connect, and play as one community. I'm very much looking forward to connecting with my neighbors here in the future, either in the Village Green or perhaps the tasting room in the new Allagash facility. And with that, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Rob Todd, founder of Allagash.
Well, thanks, John, and thanks, Rocky and Peter. Thanks for welcoming me out today. So if any of you have been to our Portland brewery facility, you could probably tell that it would be pretty tough to move that operation. Over the last 30 or so years, we've accumulated a lot of big tanks, piping, equipment. So Portland, as far as our brewery location is concerned, it's always been our home and it's always going to be our home. But in just over a year, we're very excited to be, as you all know, opening our flagship tasting room and visitor center here at the Downs and in Scarborough. And we could not be more excited about that. Our two core principles are brew with integrity and build community. And we build community in a lot of ways at Allagash Brewing. We have over the years. Just a few examples of that. In 2019, we became a B Corp certified company, which we're very proud of. In 2021, we accomplished our 5-year mission of brewing with 1 million pounds of Maine grown and packaged grains. I think this year we're already up over 1.5 million pounds, and I believe next year we're planning to be on the trajectory of using 2 million pounds of Maine grown and packaged grains. And in 2022, as part of our philanthropy program, we were able to give about $450,000 back to the local community. And the Scarborough Downs tasting room, which we're going to be building right over here, is absolutely going to be part of that community mission. It's going to be a gathering place for visitors to the state. It's going to be a gathering place for the greater Portland and southern Maine area. And I'm hoping that a lot of the people behind me are beer lovers, and we can't wait to welcome them to drink our beer at our visitor center. We plan to hire a significant number of people to run the visitor center and tasting room, and we aim to be very sustainably minded at this facility. The building's going to be a wooden structure, and we're going to be relying on electricity to power it rather than fossil fuels, and it'll absolutely be a part of our philanthropic endeavors going forward. So. Usually I'd close by saying cheers. I can't believe I forgot beer. This is like one of the few times I've spoken in the last 30 years and not had a beer with me. I don't know why I forgot it. I ran out of the brewery. But you know, our employees love Scarborough. A lot of our employees live here in the Scarborough community. I love Scarborough. I'm a terrible surfer, but a couple of my favorite surfing spots are Higgins and Pine Point. So selfishly, I'm excited to be a little closer to those. And we're just really looking forward to the next chapter of Allagash here at the Downs in Scarborough. So thank you all very much. Come visit us when we're open.
Back to the shorter people part of the program. When we were putting together this information, I realized that it's pretty bad when you get out 36 font so you can see what you see without your glasses. But good afternoon and welcome again. I'm Peter Michaud. I'd like to take a moment and thank Diana from Blackfly Media and Ashley Risbera, our own Ashley Risbera, for all their help in putting this together. Thank you very much. There'll be a little of something or nothing on your paycheck next week. We sincerely appreciate all of our dignitaries that are here today. Governor Mills, thank you very much. We know that you could be in 100 other places today, so this means an awful lot to us. Commissioner Heather Johnson, Gail Keyser from Senator Angus King's office, Valerie Kay from Senator Collins' office, Tom Hall from the town of Scarborough, our town manager, and all the councilors that are here. In SEDCO as well, in the Chamber of Commerce. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When we began our due diligence on this property, we quickly realized a few things. This site was under contract 15 times in 17 years. All but one of those attempts were to acquire the Downs with a casino-related project. I don't see any casino here. So we're very proud of that. We were able to actually do this with more traditional development and demand style development thought processes. Secondly, this site was a centerpiece for the town's comprehensive plan, which was very well thought out. This plan for the town effectively, the plan indicated for the town to effectively grow in the future, positive impact in their mix of residential and commercial. They knew, the town, back in 2006 when they created their comp plan, that this site had to be developed to be able to get that mix right. So that weighed very heavy on our decisions when we were doing due diligence. Thirdly, this could be a legacy project for both our families that we had been looking for some time. We want to do something, and we're able to do that right smack in the middle of the town that we grew up in. Collectively, you're looking at, I don't want to age us too bad, but I'm thinking you nearly get over 200 years of residency here. Some are older than others, of course, but we'll leave that alone. Finally, we realized we better hire smarter people than what we are. I felt it odd when I said that to our partners. They said, well, that should be easy. So we did just that. The folks that we brought in on our team are the best and brightest in the business. I want to introduce you to these folks and have you stand up, and if you could hold your applause, we'll have everybody stand up, and I'll announce their names. Dave Dickey, CEO. Drew Campbell, CFO. Dan Bacon, our development director. This guy's a true visionary. Tom Perkins, president of Derigo. Selena Daniel, project permitting. Jessica Stonberg, I believe I have that right. Design and planning. Jake Michaud, project manager. Zach Quinn, site supervisor. Adam Shane, project manager, design and infrastructure. Thank you very much for all your help. We're here because of you. A wise man once said, good businesses are built with great people, and we have great people. We're very proud of that. It's interesting to reflect when planning for an event like this. As I thought about this one thing stood out. when businesses and politics merge, speaking specifically here at the Downs, man, this can create some lightning bolts. I'm looking around, seeing who's reading what I'm picking up what I'm laying down here. However, because of the great vision of the town and our stout development team, we forge forward. We are very proud and always will remain humble that we have the opportunity to deliver this town center to this great community. And finally, with this team and this roadmap, we can help strengthen the state of Maine anywhere. Thank you, and I've got to convert over to inviting Governor Mills up for the shovel, gold shovel event. Governor Mills, Christina, Egan, Travis, Tom Hall, and John Anderson, if you could please join us up front. Thank you very much.
Countdown. On 3, 2, 1, 2.
Keep on digging.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. What a wonderful day for a wonderful event like this. Please have something to eat and stay as long as you want. And how about a nice hand for everybody behind the scenes here? My name is Don Campbell. We're the Don Campbell Band. We're going to play some music for the rest of the afternoon. Have a great time, everybody. Welcome to the Downs.
Some stuff.
April side. Yes. And this is Julie. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yep.
Gotta get one.
Farther away.
Out of state.
Yes. How are you? Good, how you doing?
Marie Katarina, hi. You're with.
Not a bad gig for today.
I just talked to Ben. He's going to talk to her.